Sigu, as Sigu goes, Weber State goes, and he's had a big one. But this IDAHO team won't go away. We were pulled out by 21. They closed the gap. It's been ugly basketball, but Sigu's had a big one. Dylan Jones is always, he's like set your sundial by him. This game has been ugly.
No, Kev. I'm glad that we're going to win this game, but I'll be honest. If we play like this, when Montana or Montana State come here, it's L's.
Yeah,
it's L's.
But you got to realize they haven't played for how long?
I know that. We haven't played in 2 weeks, and
Sigu played good.
we're also gonna. Well, actually, with Eastern canceling, I think it's going to be an advantage that we're going to play against that Idaho State got canceled that way because they'll keep us more in rhythm coming into the following week.
Well, Idaho's been ragged and rugged.
Championship final.
Well, it should be Weber State against Montana State, I think. But
If the best two teams, but you never know.
or Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado, probably Randy's old Smalley.
Smalley from NC.
I like that team. They're all seniors too. The whole train at Southern Utah. But here's the problem. You know what's going to happen? Weber's going to draw Montana in the first round. And you know what happens? Good night, Irene. Over. They beyond have. And they
Weber
come
should have
roaring
been-
back.
But the thing is when they came roaring back, that was the players. That was not the coach.
Dylan Jones.
They had the coach. The players powwowed when Randy Ray called that coach, and he's out dicking around with the assistants like he always does. The players got together, and they
Yeah, they
determined.
rallied.
And when they came back, they weren't doing the same stuff that they've been doing that took us to the loss. They started pressing, and they started playing defense, and damn near came back and won the game.
Dylan Jones led that charge.
He did.
He's all that. He's all that. I just hope he stays for 3 more years. But so you're right, James.
Over by a half, and they covered.
Well, I remember them days when I used to work for the team, and Nemhart. In them days, they covered the spread every game.
Best team to come here was who? Visiting team.
Well, that team with David Robinson that year. Oh no, excuse me, Glenn Rice.
Thank you. Purdue when they played Nemhart 90.
Glenn Rice was something else in college.
Well, Larry
Not
Farmer.
Glenn Rice, there was Robinson.
Larry Farmer brought in some good teams. Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, but Purdue was number 1.
Number 1 in the country.
Nemhart jumped over.
Nemhart went right in his face. Oh,
Glenn
Glenn
Dog Robinson.
Dog Robinson.
Rice.
Yeah, sorry. Glenn Robinson. You remember how dominant he was? And it was Purdue. And I remember when Nemhart slammed him. Of course, Purdue kicked their ass, but
That was a number 1. Who else is coming in?
they were number 1 team in the country.
Virginia in the tournament.
Well, Balbona cut down the net. That's because Arnie Farron was head of the committee.
Tell me Jimmy B's story.
So, Jimmy V.
Jimmy B. story.
I got to meet Jimmy V. Tell me Jimmy V's story here. Was it before or after he cut down the nets?
Well, it was me. It was David Clark, a buddy of mine. He was a trainer for North Carolina State, and he said each student trainer was assigned a team in the NCAA tournament.
So he
So
got.
he got North Carolina State, and when Jimmy B won the tournament, he was so excited. He told David Clark, he said, "Hey, it's against NCAA rules. I can't fly you down here, but if you get down here, we'll pay you meal money. We'll get you a hotel. You can sit on the team bench." And David goes, "Well, I don't have a car. I can't get down there, but my buddy and he told me about me, was manager of the team." And he goes, "My
And you're
buddy
so
can go."
lame you wouldn't drive him down.
No. So David told me, and I was all set to go. But then I got a call from the guy that was the Roy Lions Club team, and I had promised Kurt Miller that I would coach.
I call.
No.
Yeah.
You told me you coached in high school. You could be in.
So Lord, let me finish this. But so that tournament, a guy named Thurl Bailey was on that team, by the way. I don't know.
He
Anyway,
played jazz. I think he played the jazz or
so
something.
anyway, you know who did they beat? Who did they beat here? Who? The number 1 team in the country.
Virginia.
Who was on that
Virginia.
team?
Ralph Sampson,
What draft choice was he?
number 2.
1. The next year, it was a guy named Michael Jordan and Akeem Olajuwon. But that's who he beat. He beat Olajuwon and those guys. They They were an 8 seed, James. An 8 seed.
No, they
Conference.
North Carolina State beat Ralph Sampson and Virginia here in the D Event Center.
Right.
And then in the NCAA final, they beat Houston.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. Hello. This guy.
You said that you implied it was the same game, but anyway.
No. So, anyway, how about when a guy named Jason Kidd,
Well, he came here. Syracuse was up here. Hawaii was up here that year.
his last game,
Right here, and they lost.
Who beat him?
First round. Was it Hawaii or Syracuse? No.
Cheeseheads, Wisconsin, Green Bay.
And then Cincinnati brought Nuggets was up here too.
Yeah, Wisconsin, Green Bay beat him. And then David Robinson, but Navy, they won here. And then they lost in the next round. But I remember when Ainge.
Except first round, Denny Crum. I was in the press conference, asked Denny Crum a few questions.
What a coach.
But anyway, that was although it was the first round, Louisville went on to take the championship that year.
They won it with the McCray boys, right?
They won the NCAA championship.
Right on!
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
He's a
That's
better runner.
Brian Saxton.
Saxon. So
Lamont.
I'll get with you. He's our photographer.
Brian, wait a second. I'll come back up and get my jacket.
He told me, he says, I got more Lillard autographs than anyone. Saxon.
Oh.
You know why? He says, my daughter dated him for a while. Right there, Saxon. He's a Ben Lomond duck. So, he's a good guy, really good guy. So, what about all these historic games? Because Arnie Farron,
Ogden High guy.
you ever heard of a guy named Wat Masaka?
Yeah, you come on.
How come his number's right there?
Good question.
How about Vern Gardner? He didn't play here though, did he? Huh. What's the matter with Weber State? Well, big win. They only won by 10. You called that one, James.
Big win.
So, they were 18 points favorites, but come on, James. That's the first gambling thing you've hit since Damian Lillard.
Yeah, right.
How about that night you and I were sitting here when Damian Lillard was ahead by 20 points at halftime?
23. And Anthony Johnson didn't miss the second half.
Remember when Anthony Johnson's interview, what he said after? I had an out-of-body experience.
Brutal. Could have beat the press and made free throws.
I'll never forget. There's Lillard looking over like this at Randy. I'm like, keep the ball. Lillard's the all-time leading free throw shooter in the history of this school. He passed Eddie Gill, 93, I think, and like this. And Randy wouldn't keep the ball in his hands. And they couldn't make a free throw. So,
Like, get out of here, guys.
yeah, well. Anyway.
Party's over. Back Monday night, Blanche.
Up in,
What's up at Idaho State?
it's a Pocatello.
Ah, it's here.
No.
Oh, they're making up the game?
Eastern Washington game here rescheduled for the 31st.
So I thought they just said here Monday. Oh, so the Monday, what day is that one?
The
on
Monday,
Idaho State?
the Monday game's in Pokey, in the old arena,
Why
Reed
is that-
Arena.
Why are they doing that?
Well, it was scheduled. That's the one they canceled last week.
Oh, okay.
So the Eastern Washington game was canceled.
They got a lot of makeup with COVID. Eastern, Idaho State.
Well, 2 didn't play, so he's probably got COVID, but I don't know. All right, stand tuned.